And happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to 95.5 KZLC. We are the voice of Louisiana Christian University. Happy Halloween to everyone out there. And it's time for our Tuesday Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. Once again, I'm your professor, Al Quartermont, joined by my cast of regular characters. To my left, the one and only Noel Schonhoff.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
She's got a huge stash of candy in here, so we're well supplied for the rest of the show. How did you fit all that in your pockets? That's what I want to know.
Stretchy pants is key, everyone. Stretchy pants.
Stretchy pants is the answer. All right, we have Kai Stone. Kai, looking warm over there.
Yes, I'm looking like Rocky right now. I'm feeling extra Halloween today. Feeling like Rocky today.
Oh, that's
feeling
your
a little
costume?
dangerous.
You're Rocky? All right.
Actually, there's an event tonight. I'm gonna be Batman. So
Really?
yeah, I'm gonna be Batman.
Oh.
Grand Brewery.
Yeah, at the
Batman's
Grand
not
Brewery.
a superhero.
We say?
I said Batman's not a superhero.
What?
Controversial.
How could she say that?
Why would you say
There's
that?
nothing super about him. He's a hero, but he's not super.
He doesn't have any powers.
You don't say he's an anti-hero?
You don't
then?
have to be. His brain is his powers.
Yeah.
He's rich.
No,
Like,
there's
what you-
nothing super about him. It's he's just a hero who uses technology.
I got a big
Okay,
brain.
so give
Okay, so
give
Iron
Batman
Man-
prep
so
time,
Iron-
and he'll
so
blow up the
Iron Man-
universe.
I
Iron
got a
Man?
big brain that make me
That's
a superhero.
fine. He can be a hero, but he's not a superhero.
So Iron Man's not a superhero?
No. If he doesn't, if it's just his suit that allows him to be a superhero, he's not. There's nothing super
disrespect.
about him. It's the
That's
suit,
crazy.
the super suit.
That's disrespect.
All I know is anyone who can develop shark repellent, that's a superhero in my book. That's probably the Superman. That's probably the Batman before your time, though. You probably don't get that. Oh, come on. All right, Dennis Williams is with us, who thinks that Iron Man is a superhero.
Yes, Iron Man is a superhero. The man was in Infinity War and Endgame literally went off and
You're
killed
just
Thanos.
naming
Like, come
movie
on, man.
titles.
I know. I'm telling you what he did in the movies.
Does he have like a physical ability? Like,
Like,
You
what is he
know.
gonna do if he doesn't have a suit?
He can
Die.
fight?
can he breathe underwater?
I don't know.
No, he's
pretty
not a
sure he could.
superhero.
He
Can he
can
shoot
fight.
lasers out of his eyes?
He can fight.
I can fight.
Is he,
That make me a
he's not
superhero?
Wolverine.
I don't know.
The whole no.
Bro, y'all are really
I've known some
disrespecting
women
Iron Man.
that can shoot lasers out of their eyes.
I stopped me the other day when I showed the
I'm married to one of them.
Wait, what'd you say, Noel?
Shot him at me when I said the Cowboys were gonna win.
Pow, pow, pow. Shots
And
fired. Oh,
What
man.
happened?
Wait, what do you mean? What happened? The Cowboys winning?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. And last, but certainly not least, Carmen Taffi.
Spooky.
Favorite superhero?
Ooh.
Probably Wanda.
Wanda?
Yeah, Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I used her government name.
I didn't have her on my bingo card.
Scarlet Witch.
Sorry.
I'm more of a Spider-Man guy, but yeah.
Of course you are. I expect nothing
Come
less
on.
from you.
What?
Since I was a little kid, I'm Superman all the way. Talk about superpowers. He's got every one of them.
Exactly.
So there you go. He's legit.
Super man.
He's Superman. That's right. Superhero. So anyway, welcome on in, everyone, for our show. A lot to get to today. Some good things as well. Oh, Noel just put a little turtle on my keyboard here. Where in the world did you get a turtle?
I found him in the lab.
You found him in the lab. Wow. He's kind of a cute little turtle.
There you go.
I'm going to name him Malik.
Oh. Hey, shots fired.
Shots fired, man.
Since we don't have Malik with us anymore, he's here in spirit.
There's a turtle.
Let me hear. Hi, turtle. Hey, Mr. Hell.
Oh, that's messed up. That's messed up.
That was so good.
I should have named him Brandon, maybe. What? All right. All right, lots to get to on the show. Let's start off with our LCU Wildcats, the football team bouncing back from their first loss of the season with a 46-27 homecoming win over Southwest Assemblies of God University, also known as SAGU. Big game for the Wildcats. Let's see. Noel was there. Dennis was there.
Who was there?
Kai was there.
Not Noel.
Noel was not there.
Noel was
She
not
was at
there.
home.
I am mistaken. I was thinking Lexi. Lexi was there.
Oh.
So Noel was not there. Anyway, Dennis, Kai, what were your thoughts on the Wildcats' performance Saturday?
Man, the Wildcats, man, 46 points in a homecoming victory. I mean, this is kind of what you expected at this point. It's not really a shocker anymore about them going and just outscoring absolutely anybody on a given day, dropping 30, 40, 50 points, whether it's in the first half, first three quarters, whole game. Like this offense is absolutely amazing. And with them tying their school record for wins in the season, this is a historic season already.
Yeah.
This is a historic season, man. That's definitely what I can say. And I say Briscoe, if he should definitely get some awards after this season for his performance. 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he should definitely get some awards. Now, this is a team sport, and I'm not trying to make Briscoe out to be this, about him, we can't do this, but he's definitely a big part of this team. So,
Kai, thoughts?
I'm just used to this. Yeah. Every home game that I've been to this year that I've filmed, this is always the result. They're always blowing out teams. They're putting up large numbers in the first half, then the third and fourth quarter, already over. This is, like Dennis said, used to it. But I will say they're looking very good. They're clicking on all cylinders. I interviewed Coach Max of the game and asked him, what was the mindset of, not necessarily that. I asked him, how does it feel to be about the historic season, about tying, for the most historic season of all time, just being the most winningest team in LCU history. And he was like, wow, it pays off, just over the years that he came through, all the work that they've put in, seniors that, built the program. This is a celebration. Like, this is a historic season, like Dennis said.
Yeah.
So see how far they can come. They're talking about conference championship. They're not satisfied with just tying a record or beating a record. They want a conference championship. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
This is gonna be fun. The Texas, I know they have John Melvin coming up.
Yeah. Which is more of a scrimmage.
It's a scrimmage, yeah.
Yeah.
But they definitely shouldn't, take this lightly and just try to take it like a real game. Try to clean up some things before they have Texas Wesleyan.
So, question. So it's a exhibition game, so it won't count towards. So it's just a scrimmage.
That's what they're calling a scrimmage.
Oh, so it's not an official game.
Right.
Oh.
Right. So yeah. I think they're just trying to help John Melvin, because they're a relatively new startup.
Okay.
But yeah, so it'll be just kind of a scrimmage opportunity to have senior day and honor the seniors, and then it should be a pretty lopsided win. Then you go to Texas Lutheran a week from Saturday. Final game of the year, and if LC wins, then you've got a 3-way tie for first, and I don't know how they determine who the champion is, but at least they'll have to make them force those tiebreakers, whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dennis, you being a player, if you're in the locker room with this, what are your thoughts about these next couple weeks? How serious are you about these next couple weeks?
Well, it's all about perspective. So if I'm one of the freshmen, sophomores in there, I'm looking at this as, okay, how can I, even if I know I'm not going to play, how can I go into practice and make the older guys better? How can I go into practice and how can I put a stamp on, because you're also trying out for next year too,
right? Essentially.
But you're obviously focused on the right now and you're taking it day by day. Now, if you're a junior, senior, and you've been there, like Briscoe or Sal, like you need to be locked in this entire time, every day, on the field, off the field, just looking at, okay, what do I need to fix? What has been working for me that I could do better on? And this is when those great players turn into all-time great players. You know, this is the stretch where we see who's really about it and who's not. Like who's actually going to step up and who's not going to step up. So,
Right.
gotta lock in, man.
Absolutely. I believe it's key for them to just continue to build on it as far as their defense, their young players, getting the experience. Because most of them get a lot of reps.
Yeah.
Saturday, there was a lot of reps of people who normally don't play. There were just a lot of time to get better and build upon it, get that experience. And because that's deep, that's what they're going to need come this postseason, these later games. They're going to need depth. Bubba Reed was out this past game, and there was a linebacker that stepped up really nice for him, So that's very important.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it takes. And it's been a great season. Bob Tompkins of the Rapides Parish Journal did a little write-up about how they've, had a historic season and looking to cap it off the right way. So hopefully they can do just that, and we'll, of course, keep you posted right here on our Wildcats Media Sports podcast. So the LCU basketball season is underway. The Wildcats yesterday traveled to Baton Rouge to play at the PMAC on the court against LSU, and our very own Noel was there.
I did get the opportunity to watch the game myself, and you can talk as much trash as you want, but you have to understand that our NAIA team faced a Power 5 SEC school, and they may have lost by a little bit less than 100, but basically 100. But they still performed. Now, Coach Mason was very upset that he didn't think they were playing to their ability. I also don't think they were playing to their ability. As somebody who followed their team last year so close, I don't think they played as hard as they could personally. And I hope that changes today. But what I did see was a brand new team that has a chance to make noise as well. They are going to get into this fight that all these teams that we've seen this fall get into, where they put their name in the program. LCU basketball has kind of fallen a little bit these past few years. We had, what was his name? He was a transfer from LSUA.
No, not Delore.
Not Delore.
Oh.
He was also a great player. What was his name?
Transfer.
He was a transfer from LSUA, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But they made a little noise. Delore made a little noise. But LCU, after we lost K'Ron Baker, they struggled a little bit. He brought in all the points, but last night you had, you saw some potential. You saw movement on the bench. Like, you had depth on that depth chart. Everyone was playing. Everyone was doing well. And then, you have Jordan Edebutu. There it was, Jordan Edebutu. When he transferred over, that allowed some more noise. But, we had lost some key players. But watching them last night, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. And it was a fun game to document, seeing them play and stuff. But, oops, wrong one. He has 2 phone numbers. But there's someone else who might be able to talk a little bit better about what happened last night. But, hey, DeMarcus.
Hey, Noel.
You want to tell us about the game last night?
Hey, bro. Oh, yeah, I can do that. It was crazy.
Okay, what's your perspective on it?
They walking out, bro. We just taught us how to play in a tough environment, really. For the big games like LSUA and LSUS, it's just going to give us more confidence going into those games, because we played in a tough environment like LSU against that type of competition.
Yeah, DeMarcus, I saw you had a pretty good game, though, finishing with 15 points. How did it feel to be there out on the PMAC court, and was it intimidating to play that level of talent?
Honestly, no, sir. The experience was fun, though. I like playing in those type of environments against those type of players, so I really had a good time and enjoyed myself last night.
You looked like you were having a good time. I don't think he didn't. He had a smile on his face basically the whole game. So he definitely looked like he was having fun out there. What can you speak for? Like the opening to your season and a little bit about tonight's game.
Going into tonight's game after playing the LSU game, it just give us more confidence that we feel that we can make this game against Southern tonight a close game and a competitive game. And it just that game just gave us a lot of gave a lot of us confidence on the beginning of the season, because we ain't gonna play anybody nearly as good as LSU the rest of the season. So as long as we compete with anybody else, we can beat anybody that's on our schedule.
Yeah, I like that answer. Compete. You always have to compete. As long as your foot's in the door, you're good. But yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are you guys doing on your between time down in Baton Rouge? Going out to eat, or what do you guys have on the agenda?
Earlier this morning, we woke up at 7. We had practice for like an hour and 20 minutes. And then we went back to the hotel, got some rest, and now we're getting a pregame meal before we head to the gym.
Nice. I know Coach Mason didn't sound too happy with how you played last night, the overall team, how it played. So do you guys hope to kind of bounce back a little bit tonight?
Yes, sir. We're looking to compete a little more and try to secure the win tonight.
Oh, we're looking for a win. Okay.
I just have one last question. Did they say your last name right over the PA last night? Fugett or Fugett?
They said it wrong, and they had it spelled wrong.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh!
They did. They didn't want to see you successful, huh?
Not at all. Never.
Never.
Because on commentary, they kept saying
All right.
Fusion.
Well,
Yeah.
we hope you guys have a better game against Southern tonight. I know you have a home game coming up soon against Wiley. No, on the road against Wiley Saturday. And then I think next week you have a home game against William Carey. So,
Yes, sir.
so we'll get to see you in person.
How do you feel about that Wiley game?
That game gonna be fun. I ain't lying. That game will be fun.
I hear they have a familiar assistant coach.
Yeah, very familiar. I think you know his name.
Is it Turtle? Is it Turtle?
Is it a turtle?
No, I forgot his name.
Oh, you forgot his name? I think it rhymes with poop.
Oh,
Coop?
Oh, Malik?
yeah, he's an enemy until after the game.
Okay.
No.
There you go.
I got you. All right. Thank you, DeMarcus.
Okay, thank y'all.
All right. Bye.
So that's D'Marcu Fugett.
You get.
Fugett.
Fugett.
Don't say Fugett. Fugett. He had 15 points last night in the loss, 132-44. They play Southern tonight at 6:30, so hopefully they can bounce back. And then Saturday at Wiley at 4 o'clock. All right, who wants to talk about the soccer teams?
Well, their regular season and are on the road to the Red River Conference tournaments. We have men's soccer finish their season with a win and a tie against Blake North America on Thursday, and then Xavier on Saturday. And then LCU enters the Red River tournament as number 2 seed and will host Texas A&M in San Antonio Saturday at 5.
That'll work. I mean, that's nice to go in as the number 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Shreveport has to be the number 1.
They are.
So, hey, you win a couple at home and get to that conference championship, you just never know what can happen.
Yeah. I definitely think we're going to see LSU Shreveport and LCU back in that conference championship game again like we saw them last year. Fortunately, LCU fell to Shreveport in regular season, but there's a different atmosphere when you go into a conference tournament like plays. Upsets happen all the time, so they have to stay on their toes. They have to keep their P's and Q's right, just because that is the style where people get knocked off that you weren't expecting to get knocked. The best of the best are all the way up here, and that's when the underdogs rise up. So as long as they keep with what they've been doing, we should see us and them in the final game. But but you never know. Hopefully us might get knocked out, but that's just my personal opinion.
And then the women's won against North America on Thursday, 4-1, and then lost to Xavier, and they're going to be number 5 for the Red River Conference, and will play a number 4 Louisiana. What am I saying? Louisiana State University Alexandria on Saturday.
Do they have a time for that game yet? When I typed that up yesterday, they didn't have a game time. So let me see if I can check quickly to update that. But yeah, and so for Coach Kendall, she's done a great job with that program, taking over the last couple of years, trying to maintain a quality level that they were at and getting them back into the postseason once again. They finished the conference with a record of 8-3-2, very, very respectable for sure. Looks like they've set that game at 1 o'clock Saturday, so 1 p.m. over at LSUA.
Ooh.
Go Wildcats.
Yeah, that team across the river, we don't know who that is.
We don't like them.
LSU who?
LSU. Exactly. And then the volleyball team, they're wrapping things up this week with conference play.
Yeah, so the volleyball team, they played Pearl River Community College this past week and got them in a 3-set win. So they beat up on PRCC a little bit to prepare them for their final regular season game. And it's going to be against the University of the Southwest from New Mexico. They're going to be Friday and Saturday. The one on Fridays at 7 p.m. and then Saturdays at noon. And then we'll see them go into conference tournament. And I'm really excited to see how they go into this tournament, to see what's going on, like how they're going to play. Because just as I was saying about the men's soccer team, tournaments are just a whole different style. I'm ready to see what they do because they've had such an amazing season that they've put together under head coach Brittany Saloom. Like, it's just exciting to see what they can do. You have to jump on the bandwagon. Like, when teams are just doing that well, you want to see them succeed. So I'm very excited to see what they do in this postseason tournament, see how far they get, and hopefully they come home with a nice big rock on their finger.
Mm-hmm. This is a good time to be...
it's kind of a goal for any girl, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. College football this week. It was kind of a quiet week nationally this past week. Not a lot of huge games. But this week there definitely are. And number one will be the game between LSU and Alabama. It is set for 6:45 on Saturday on CBS. LSU Tigers are 6-2. Alabama's 7-1. Bama ranked 8th. LSU ranked 13th. LSU won last year in dramatic fashion. And if LSU has any hopes of anything in terms of nationally this year, they've got to win this game on Saturday. What are your thoughts?
Don't even open your mouth. Don't do it.
You already know what I'm trying to say.
I know. I think Alabama has this one.
Roll Tide.
What? Noel, looks like it's me and you
I
versus
think I'm
Carmen
gonna
and
get sick.
Dennis.
Roll
Y'all are
Tide.
so lucky that I cannot say bad things live on air. Because let me tell you, when we get outside this room, how can you even say that? What
at the
basis
numbers.
do
Look at
you
the
have
numbers.
for
Look at the
this? Carmen,
numbers.
please explain.
6-2, 7-1. Alabama's 8. LSU's 13.
How are you gonna dictate?
Hold on.
hold
That
on, hold
makes
on, hold on.
that has no dictation of anything.
Hold on. I got
Just
some.
because they're ranking right now, they have 6-2. Alabama's 7-1. Wow, they have one more win.
Okay.
That's still
Numbers
balls in
don't lie.
anybody's
Numbers-
court right
numbers
there.
don't
Numbers
lie.
don't lie.
Okay. Yards allowed on defense, Bama got that. Passing yards allowed on defense, Bama got that. Rushing yards allowed on defense, Bama got that. Points allowed, Bama has that. Like, Bama's defense, way better than LSU's defense. Now, offensively, sure.
Oh, okay.
LSU, they got that. They got offense. But, I mean, I don't know. This is Nick Saban. Every time LSU and Bama go against each other, Nick Saban finds a way to shut down LSU's offense. And the one time they didn't was when the boys had some guy, Joe something. I don't know. Wow. Joe something. I don't know. That guy, he kind of a scrub now in the NFL. But when they had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson at wide receiver, and they were just going crazy that year. So I mean, but Roll Tide over here. So let's go Bama.
Noel, shut him down.
First of all, LSU is tied right now with Ole Miss in the SEC at number 3. First of all, okay, so y'all can pipe it down with that. I do think this is a 50-50 game because this is a rivalry where the best play is going to come out. It's going to come out. You're not going to see the same difference. This is a brewing rivalry that makes things happen. It's not like you can't even you can bring the numbers, but at the end of the day, you have a fire that has been bred. Like, this fire is just builds and builds and builds until this game every single year, and the extraordinary is going to happen. So I'm not basing this on numbers. I'm not basing this on anything. I'm basing this on just old school. The rivalry is going to bring out a whole different type of play, and LSU will come out on top.
Absolutely. You want to tell you why? Because Jaden Daniels. That's why. Jaden Daniels. The person you said last week, a couple weeks ago, you said if Jaden Daniels was on Alabama, it would be a different team. Well, guess what?
It would be a different team.
It's unfortunate because y'all going against Jaden Daniels. Do you really think the Alabama with that QB room, who's been struggling all year, do you really think that they're going to keep up with LSU's offense?
Do I think or do I know?
Oh,
because look what happened in Florida State.
The first game.
What happened in Florida?
First game of the season?
We doing first game of the season?
Yeah, you want to do first game of the season?
Nah, man. Well, Florida. Come on, man. Florida. We're not going to do Florida State.
Want to grab Tennessee?
What happened at Tennessee?
Alabama?
Oh my god.
Oh
my.
You literally. It takes.
That's crazy.
It takes milliseconds for you to just take your foot off the gas, and one of those teams is going to come and eat it all up. It takes you can't let up. Whoever's going to win this game just cannot let up. And don't ever cuss live on air again. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, don't say the R
What
word.
y'all talking about?
Don't say the R word.
What y'all talking about? Could you remind me what words you're talking about?
I don't say that.
I don't quite know what you're talking
My
can't say that
mama
in
raised me
Louisiana.
to have a good Southern mouth. She puts hot sauce in my mouth when I say things like that.
Hey, it's Roll Tide over here, man.
Oh!
Mama, do you hear this? Get the dish soap.
Oh!
Get the dish
Okay,
soap.
Noel, that's
We've known since day one I'm not an LSU fan, so I don't care who they play, and I'm not voting for LSU.
Cowboys?
Me neither. I'm not voting for LSU. I'm not an LSU fan, so.
So the only thing that worries me about this game are some of the injuries that LSU particularly has in their backfield, defensive backfield. Mekhi Wingo, third-team All-American. He's defensive tackle as well, is out, had surgery. He's out for the rest of the regular season. So Zai Alexander, he's also out. So we'll see. That young secondary is definitely going to be tested. Moving along to the National Football League.
God, why are you coughing over there
Guys.
saying the Cowboys?
Wait, hold on.
Why are there so many bad games in the NFL? That's my question.
It's a simulation.
Case in point, Jets Giants 13-10 in overtime in a game the Giants should have absolutely won, yet no team deserved to win. Sunday night you had the Bears on national TV embarrassing themselves, and then last night you had the Raiders on national TV embarrassing themselves. So just a lot of sucky football out there these days. Do you guys agree with that or think I'm wrong?
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think it's
because it's like I don't know what's going on. Because it's just like one team plays really great, and then the next week they're getting beat by a team that's been losing
Yeah.
for straight games. I don't know, something in the water, I guess.
It's a
Like-
simulation.
I don't know. I don't know
Kind of
what
like
happened.
Denver beating the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was about to
that's
say that.
interesting.
Like that.
Or the Bengals beating the 49ers.
Oh. Hey,
Shots.
See, man, I don't know what's going on
That
with
is
Brock
crazy,
What's wrong
though.
with Brock Purdy, man?
What happened to Brock?
What happened to Brock
What?
Purdy, man? That is crazy.
Hey, but no, there's another scenario. Noel? Yeah, Noel.
Wrong.
What?
What'd
The
you say
Bengals were
about
supposed
Noel?
to beat them.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All hail Joe Burrow.
No.
man.
No, this is what he's trying to do. I see what he's trying to do.
What I'm doing?
Look, he's being
doing?
real quiet right now.
What you mean?
He's being real quiet right now. Seahawks beat the Browns
Man.
24-20.
Oh my gosh! All right, man. We want to go there.
No, I just want to know why Kai
Lord.
over there was coughing the Cowboys just a minute ago.
Oh, I thought y'all was gonna lose
Cowboys
that
had kind of
No.
a quiet win over the Rams. Didn't get a lot of recognition or fanfare, but that's a good win, 43-20.
Yeah. My Browns,
Just
man.
getting all the hate.
Our
and my
run
team
game is
just stays winning.
I mean, there really weren't a lot of great games last week. The fact that the Chiefs lost, I mean,
Wait, what about the Texans and the Panthers? Bryce Young versus
another dog
CJ
game.
Stroud.
Another
Yeah.
dog game. Just so many. Hey, I'll give credit to the Saints, though. Their offense finally showed up. Finally showed up
did.
against the Colts defense, which is not going to be ever mistaken for, the steel curtain of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 1970s. But be that as it may, Saints now all of a sudden 4-4. They sit tied for first place in their division. I was looking ahead to their schedule. They got the Bears next, and the Tyler Bagent quarterback, and then the week after that they have the Vikings, who lost Kirk Cousins to an Achilles. They traded for Josh Dobbs today, but I'd rather face Josh Dobbs than Kirk Cousins. So if the Saints can win those two games, they would go into their bye week 6-4, and then looking ahead to their last 7 games, honestly, at least 4, if not 5 of those are very winnable. I think they do that, and they're division champs.
Also, the Saints. There's been a big rumor going around that Jameis Winston could be getting traded to. It was rumored that he was going to get traded to the Vikings.
Ah.
So that was.
Well, it doesn't look like that'll happen now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it now.
I'm glad. I like Jameis. And you never know. Car goes down, Jameis steps in. Here's one thing the Saints finally figured out. They're figuring out how to use Taysom Hill.
Yes,
And it's about dang time.
How long has it been? It's
been since Sean Payton was the head coach.
Yeah.
So that's how long it's been.
Yeah.
'Cause the man had a good game.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyway.
Also, the Commanders almost beat the Eagles.
I know.
Like,
Man.
this is so weird this week. What is going on in the NFL?
Yeah.
Something in the water.
Gotta be.
Yep. So, anyway, not a lot of great games last week, but we got some decent ones coming up this week. Thursday night, Titans and Steelers. If I'm the Titans, number 1, I keep playing Levis at quarterback. And number 2, I keep wearing the Houston Oiler powder blue uniforms.
Well, apparently they can't wear them anymore.
Why?
I don't know. They said the NFL told them that they not to wear them because it's they might get sued or something like that. So, yeah. Things like too similar to a college football team.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Anyway, Dolphins and Chiefs should be like the Sunday night game. Or at the very worst, the late game. It's the 8:30 in the morning
It's 8:30
game
in the morning
in
game.
Germany.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
8:30.
Goodness.
That's gonna be fun.
What is the history behind that? Like, I've never read into, what is the history of them going all the way over there to play a game?
Well, it all started back with World War One. No, just kidding. The NFL used to have, back in the 90s, NFL Europe. And they really want to tap into that market. I firmly believe they want to have a team there one day, somewhere in Europe. But they've been playing games in London. But apparently the Chiefs somehow own the rights to the NFL in Germany because Germans love David Hasselhoff and the Chiefs. But, yeah, they're playing that game there, which is kind of unfortunate because, A, it's that early in the morning, so I won't be watching it. B, will Taylor Swift have to make a jet across the ocean?
And she will.
She probably will. Because we now know if she's not there, Travis Kelce is
Can't
nothing.
play.
So, for the sake of my fantasy team, I am now a Swiftie for the rest of the year.
Oh man, they done got Mr. Al, man. Oh,
I won't listen to any songs. But by the way, did you see where Denver, when they won the game, they were playing a Taylor Swift song?
oh yeah, they played
over
Taylor
there?
Swift's music. Yeah.
I love a good trolling. So
That's funny.
you got that game. Who do you guys like in that game? Dolphins and Chiefs?
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Actually, I think Chiefs going back. Yeah, they're gonna come back after a loss.
If Taylor Swift's there, I got the Chiefs. If she's not there, then I got the Dolphins.
Man. Okay. So Vikings take on the Falcons.
Vikings.
All right. I'd say
I
Falcons.
don't even know at this point.
Oh no.
The Falcons are so weird.
The Bears are at the Saints.
Saints.
Go Saints.
Saints.
Rams in Green Bay to take on the Packers.
Packers.
Really?
Yeah.
Packers are a mess right now. An absolute mess.
They need to do offense.
By the way, it's snowing in Chicago. A friend of mine just sent me a picture.
I wish.
Nice.
Yeah, how about that for Halloween? We've got the Commanders and the Patriots.
Commanders.
Really? They just traded away their two best defensive linemen.
they did.
Yeah,
I
Patriots.
got some
Montez
Patriots.
Never
Sweat
mind.
goes to the Vikings, and Chase
Patriots.
Young, former number 2 pick in the draft, goes to the 49ers.
That's not even.
Now you got
fair.
That's not even.
Chase
That
Young,
is not. They have
Joey Bosa. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Not Joey.
man.
Is it Joey Bosa?
Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
What could have been? Oh my god.
Wow. That's
not
incredible.
fair.
Patriots,
It's over.
Yeah.
you just never know which team's going to show up, but I think they'll win that game. Seahawks and Ravens. Pretty
Ravens.
intriguing game, actually.
Yeah,
Probably
Ravens.
Seahawks.
Ravens.
Yeah. All right. Buccaneers and Texans. Not an intriguing game.
Give me the Texans.
Texans.
Cardinals and Browns. So are they bringing back Kyler Murray this week? Is that the deal?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know who's gonna be their
They
quarterback.
traded a storied quarterback, and oh gosh, it is the most Cardinals things ever.
They're trying to tank. They're trying to get Caleb Williams.
Oh my gosh, Colts and Panthers.
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 Another dog game. Look at this schedule: Giants and Raiders.
Giants.
They shouldn't
here's
even be allowed.
These next two gonna
No,
be good.
this next game
These
intrigues
next two
me.
is gonna be good.
This next game
Yes,
specifically
sir.
intrigues
Ooh.
me.
The rivalry game of the
Cowboys or
NFC:
the
Cowboys
Eagles?
and the Eagles. That
I
looks
got
like
Cowboys. We beat the Eagles last year.
so. That'll be the 3:30 game on Fox, I
3:30.
presume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fox's Sunday game of the week, or whatever they call it.
You know what? Give me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles.
I got
Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
I got the Cowboys.
Fly, Eagles,
Hey.
fly.
We beat the Eagles
Hey
last
man,
season.
that tush
so.
push, that tush push, man.
Are you making that up? Did y'all beat them last year? I don't think y'all did.
No,
they did
yeah,
beat
we
them last
did.
year.
Oh, they did?
beat 'em
Oh.
last year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey man, the power of the tush push, man, for the Eagles, man.
the tush push.
Ooh, Bills versus Bengals.
Noel, yeah, Bills and Bengals.
I got the Bills.
Give me Josh Allen.
Carmen's just against me today.
Give me Josh
That's what
Allen.
I'm
We
gonna
beat
pull
the
it.
Eagles last year 40-34.
I feel like the Bengals are going to win that game.
I got Bengals too.
I just do.
Man, give me the Bills, man.
Okay. You just never know with the Bills which Bills team is going to show up.
That's
right?
also the same with the Bengals. You never know what's going to show
Oh,
up
that's
on
true.
that field.
Because one night the Bengals are like the Jets, like I don't know, and then the next day they're like the best team in the NFL. Just never know, man.
Yeah. And finally, it'll be the Chargers and the Jets.
Chargers.
Give me the Jets.
Jets, Jets.
Go Jets, go.
Yes.
All right. From the NBA. Look at Kai over there smirking. Now you're going to tell me you're not a Suns fan. You're going to be a Clippers
That
fan.
man gonna be a Clippers fan.
Oh, stop. No.
Okay. I was just checking.
He's gonna betray Kevin Durant.
No, I'm
So-
Suns for life.
Early in the morning this morning, the Clippers acquired James Harden in a blockbuster deal with Philadelphia. 76ers send Harden, P.J. Tucker, and Philippe Petrusev to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum. Isn't Nick Batum like 50?
Yeah.
KJ
nice.
Martin, a 2028 unprotected first-round pick, 2 second-round picks, a 2029 pick swap, and an additional first-round pick that they're getting from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Jeez. That's like 3 first-round picks. Oh,
I know,
goodness.
but so and James Harden's what, 34 now?
Yeah.
A few more good years. So now you look at the Clippers, and you're looking at a team that will send out a starting lineup that will include Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George. 3 of the top 6 active players in the NBA who have never won a title. So, what do you think?
Okay, so from a deal standpoint, the 76ers got fleeced. There's just no way. Like,
Wait,
they didn't even get. I thought you said they got Norman Powell back. They didn't even get Norman Powell from
they
them.
didn't get Norman Powell. I thought they got Norman Powell.
No, they got Marcus Morris, Robert Covington. Oh, that's just no way.
My thing is Kawhi gonna play? That Kawhi don't play. he gonna play like 20 games this year and then come back for the playoffs. Like I don't know.
But from a James Harden perspective, gosh, I mean, you got to be looking at James Harden like, wow, because this is his 3rd time in 3 years. So he was in Brooklyn. He actually get out of Houston, and there was memes of him being big, fat while playing just game 1. Then he forces his way in Brooklyn, and then Brooklyn. He got hurt. He got hurt in a series against Milwaukee. He hamstring. So it just, and then with this thing with KD and Kyrie, he ended up forcing his way out of Brooklyn to the 76ers. Now he's a Clipper.
Yeah. Crazy.
It doesn't look nice. What do you think? How it makes James Harden look?
It looks like he knows how to force a deal. Somehow he always able to get himself traded. But, if he goes the whole career without winning an NBA title, a lot of people will view him as just, another very good player. But there won't really be a legacy there, I don't think, So, incredible scoring machine. In some ways, the way he was in Houston was a Hall of Fame type player, And even though he's been very good on the Nets and the Sixers, that seemed like the perfect place for him, And it's kind of sad that it didn't work out.
This is just
this year's NBA is going to be interesting, and they got this in-season tournament coming up too. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
No, the NBA is looking. This is a time to be an NBA fan. This is the last years of. It's kind of bittersweet. It's kind of the last years of our generation. With KD, LeBron, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi, all those guys.
Steph.
Right.
Yeah, Steph. This is near the end. So it's kind of, as NBA fans, it's important for us to enjoy as much time as we have left with these group of guys. So,
yeah, I think that's pretty well stated.
This is tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially now as a Lakers fan, this is. See, you're trying to get the most you can out of your players, and when you're not already playing good at the beginning of the season, when you have other teams who are picking it up and who are already on go, and especially when you've been playing with each other for about 3-4 years now, and LeBron and AD, so you should understand, how you two work and how you can incorporate the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
And to look like you guys are still trying to figure things out after 3 or 4 years, and on top of that, to have a trade like this happen in your own backyard, that's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, they end up playing my team this week, the Phoenix Suns. Y'all won. Y'all barely won. But there was no Devin Booker or Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
So y'all gotta watch out.
Whew. And LeBron, he's not looking good right now. AD's not either. He's all right, but it's
But just as far as your Lakers standpoint, This should be AD's team. It should be LeBron, a 38-year-old LeBron in his 21st year in the league to carry you. Like, I don't know.
It's not good, man.
Yeah.
It's not good. And I don't want to say a coaching change, but it's looking like it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's looking like it.
Another NFL trade alert. The Bills have acquired Rasul Butler, the cornerback from the Packers, for a 5th-round pick. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They got Butler and a 5th-round pick for a 3rd-round pick. So,
What's going on?
Butler. Quite a few trades happening. There'll be more, I'm sure. Okay, last item of the morning. Not the morning, the afternoon. So, back in February, the sports journalist and founder of Outkick, Clay Travis, who also is a conservative commentator, he made a post on Twitter saying that he believes that an average high school state championship team, take state champion from any high school state champion in the country, could defeat whoever wins the WNBA championship. In this case, most recently, it was the Las Vegas Aces. So, for whatever reason, after the Aces wrapped up their championship, I guess a few nights ago or last week, whenever that was, nobody paid attention. The tweet kind of resurfaced, and Aces point guard Chelsea Gray commented on it, calling Travis a, quote, dumb
Donkey.
There you go, dumb donkey. Hey, the Bible uses the term. We can use it, right? Can't we? All right, dumb donkey.
You can say dumb butt. Better safe than sorry.
That's true. So anyway, she did not agree. So Clay, he doubled down and said, and now he's proposing this. He will, if the Aces agree to play a team of his choosing, if he picks a high school state champion from 2024, so next springish, and play the Aces, he will give $1 million to the Aces if they beat that team. And if the Aces lose to that team he picks, then he's going to give the money to that team. So
That's just
either way, he's putting up $1 million. It's either going to go to the Aces or it'll go to the high school team. And so far, the Aces and Chelsea Gray have not responded.
I feel like he's just pitching a fit
this
at this
is-
point.
You think he's pitching a fit?
I mean, I don't know. He got called something he didn't like, so now he's like, oh, I'm going to pick the team and blah, blah, blah. And then to make himself look better, he's like, but I'll give money.
to try and smooth it over.
I don't think that's what it is. I think he is, because I've watched some of his video clips. I think it's the opposite. I think he is so confident that they could not beat said team that he's willing to put his money where his mouth is. So he's putting them on the defensive to actually go out and prove that they could win. Which, if you think about it, if they were to lose the Aces, that might have devastating impacts on the WNBA audience, and it might be cut in half from 10 to 5.
Oh my
What?
God.
10 to 5. 10 to 5. What?
I'm kidding.
No.
Oh my goodness, man! This is. But my thing is, what do the Aces have to gain from this? Even if they were to,
Oh, they really don't. That's
yeah,
just it.
I was gonna say, what do you? That is hilarious. This is, oh my God.
It's kind of funny, though. And, well, let me ask you this, because I don't want to be disrespectful of the talent that's in women's basketball, because there is. I mean, look at college right now. Everyone's excited about Caitlin Clark. Everyone's excited about LSU. But that excitement never carries over into the WNBA. Why is that? They've had great players like Simone Augustus from LSU. I mean, through the years, just think of the great women's basketball players that have played in the WNBA. Yet the league has never made money. The players are not paid all that much because it doesn't really make money. Without the NBA supporting it, it would go away tomorrow. So what's the missing factor of why fans aren't watching the WNBA? Let's let Noel answer.
I actually asked somebody. I had a conversation with somebody earlier. They said that the reason they think people don't watch the WNBA is because they're not like really playing for anything. Like they feel like college players, they're playing for something. Like that's what makes it so interesting. And it's not just it's not just women's sports. They're talking about sports in general, that they would just rather watch college sports because they're playing for something, and they're not playing like because that's what pays the bills, you know? Mm-hmm. They're playing because they genuinely love their sport. And I'm not saying like all professional athletes don't love their sport, but they think, this is what they said, they think that there's just more heart into college sports rather than the professional ones. And that's just, and I mean, I can kind of agree. I much prefer watching college sports than, you know, the national leagues and stuff, but that's just me. I don't know if any of y'all agree or have your own take on it, but I mean, I'd much rather watch college than I do the professional sports.
I do with all sports. I mean, every sport except the NBA. I agree with every single one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there is more heart and everything. The thing that just gets me about the NBA, I like the drama and I like the star power the NBA has. So that's why I follow it.
See, and that's the second word that you said, Kai, drama. Like I don't want to say that. And the thing, if you look at what made Angel Reese and that LSU team blow up like they did, obviously they were talented. Obviously they were a great team and best team in the nation and everything. But what made them pop off as like this phenomenon, you know? It was the little antics and like the little like the swag that they played with, and like all this like pizzazz. It was just the aura of LSU.
You couldn't help but love them. Like each one of those players had their own personality of who they were. Exactly. And then Kim Mulkey herself had her own personality, and you couldn't not love them. And each one of them had like a specific story, and their stories were so interesting that, you know, us, the public, maybe whether you were in sports and you weren't out of sports, you connected with them in some way, and it just made it more enjoyable to watch because you felt like you knew the players, I guess.
Right. And that's definitely something that's missing in the WNBA. Like you don't have that. You don't have the. I feel like they haven't had like that one athlete to come in and just change everything. You know, like I feel like the NFL, you had multiple Hall of Fame. Like you had a Deion Sanders, you had a Joe Montana, Tom Brady, just come in and just completely change the mold. In the NBA, you had LeBron, Steph, KD, just come in, Michael Jordan. Like you had Larry Bird, Magic. Like you had people like that to just come in and just change everything. That had an aura about them that it was just like, oh man, I want to be just like that guy. Mm-hmm. So I feel like once Angel Reese and like Flage and Caitlin Clark, when they go into the WNBA, I feel like they're gonna change a lot of that. Hopefully, so.
I agree. I definitely think, you know, like these top players have these like things about them that make them, it's not just their playing ability that makes them like a people person, because you know there's always those athletes who may not be the best athletes or the star athletes that you still fall in love with their story. And I feel like that happens a lot of the times. Like, you know, there's just some athletes who you just genuinely fall in love with who they are as a person and their story and what they came from and who, but I feel like you're right. Like what you say, you're completely and utterly right. So, and I think that's the only time I will ever say that.
So you're thinking they could get more fans once those players go in? Yeah,
it's especially Angel Reese. Once Angel Reese gets to the WNBA, oh my gosh!
So they'll go from 10.
I feel like she's gonna. I feel like her aura and everything, it'll be similar to how Joe Burrow was when he got to Cincinnati. Like, it's going to be crazy what team she goes to.
So you might go from 10 fans to 20.
Oh, my God. That is insane.
You can look at what, like, I don't know. Have y'all heard of Athletes Unlimited? Have y'all seen it? Well, Athletes Unlimited is it's for female sports, and they have professional women's volleyball, professional basketball, softball, hockey, and they're trying to rebuild women's sports, basically. And that's the whole idea, and so many people are behind it and watching it, and they kind of do softball a little differently. I don't know about the other sports where it's a point system, so like everything you do in the game is like a different set of points, and then the 4 people at the end of the week with most points become team captains, and then they draft a completely different team for the next week, and then at the end the player with the most points wins. And it's just a whole different take on sports, but it's not that they're trying to change the game, they're just trying to get a bigger atmosphere, and it's kind of blowing up. I think y'all should look at it. It's kind of cool. But they're trying to bring women's sports more attention, kind of thing.
All right. So we'll see what happens with all of that. Good show today, guys. Good job as Noel takes a selfie in here.
Yes.
Were you posting that to? Instagram?
I'm Snapchatting
Snapchatting?
back some of my friends.
Okay. She's Snapchatting her friends. So look for that on Snapchat. All right, everyone. That'll do it for this week's Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. For Noel Schonhoff, who's texting.
I'm paying attention.
You're paying attention?
Yes, I'm talking. I'm trying to get people to come talk on the show. I'm actively recruiting here.
Okay. Our producer and co-host, Noel Schonhoff. Kai Stone.
It has been a great show. I enjoyed it.
Going to Grand Brewery tonight.
Batman. Wait, let me do my Batman voice. Batman.
That's good. I hate I'm going to miss it. Dennis, who are you going to go as tonight?
Man, that's tough. Might be a new sheriff in town. I don't know.
Go as young Jason Whitlock.
That'd be funny. Might go Stephen A. This is blasphemous.
There you go.
Stephen A.
And
I'm messing.
I was going to ask Carmen who she's going to go as to Grand Brewery, but I already know the answer is. We have musical practice. Rehearsal. She was Bibble?
Yeah, I was Bibble for Halloween.
Okay.
Hey, y'all go see Big Fish, man.
Yeah, come see Big Fish.
Yeah, tell us about Big Fish.
So we open on Thursday.
My birthday.
And yeah, the show runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 shows on Saturday, and next week Thursday, Friday, and 2 shows on Saturday. The 2 shows on Saturday will be 2 and 7, and Thursday and Fridays are at 7.
Awesome.
It's D'Marcus's and Dennis's birthday this week.
Wait, Dennis, your birthday's this week?
November 2nd on this Thursday.
Oh.
Is November 1st.
And DeMarcus is tomorrow. Wow. So happy birthday to Dennis and DeMarcus. 2/5 of our Wildcats Media Sports Podcast team.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. All right. Happy birthday, you guys. Thank you all for listening in. We'll return you back to the music. You've been listening to the Wildcats Media Sports Podcast here on 95.5 KZLC.